we're probably broadcasting live already. Welcome to the live stream. My name is Josh Brzezinski. I am the CEO of SEO Copilot. And today we're going to be demoing the new high quality writer. It's in beta. A lot of people say that AI can't do high quality writing. I want to prove that's false. And I want to show that it's not easy, but if you know how to program the AI right, you can get the high quality article to generate, and it greatly helps in SEO, reduces cost and time quite a bit. Before I get too far, I want to introduce my my friend on the broadcast here today, Joseph Kahn.
Hey, everybody.
Joseph, why don't you introduce yourself for my rabid fans?
Oh yeah, awesome, and thank you so much. And as you said, everybody's trying to do that. Like it's a difficult task for so many people trying to make that AI thing work, especially content. And there's a lot of people trying to do it. So thanks so much for trying and having me on, kind of to be that guy to ask questions if I see anything. I'm an agency owner, like a lot of people that may be watching you or whatever, and we do white label services, but we also deal with big e-commerce clients like Bugs Bunny and get do ranking and stuff for them. So we work with a lot of big name speakers and underground stuff to do their ranking in SEO. So informational SEO, e-commerce SEO, and local business like plumbers. And I think the example that I was doing for your demo today before I got on was about junk appliance removal. Okay, so in the junk removal space for local business. So we do SEO all over the place. So I'm looking for something cool that'll kind of make this process easy. Love your keyword tool, by the way. I know we're looking at a content tool, but that keyword tool is amazing. I run everything through that.
Yeah, you're talking about keyword discovery, which is there's kind of four parts of the SEO Copilot app. The first part is doing keyword discovery, which obviously is super important to do. I've been doing SEO I know you've been doing SEO for a very long time. I've been doing SEO for as long as Google's been around. And I think people have kind of forgotten how important it is to do keyword research at the beginning of the campaign. You don't typically...
What I loved about this is this helped us pick the one that's the highest dollar value, one to go after and get. That's the big thing. A lot of people choose words that have no kind of main impact or value, and so your report shows which one. I'm like, duh, which one should I pick to do this new article on? Was the one that showed up as like 5 times the value of all the rest of them.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's why we used to do it back in the day when people were doing more affiliate stuff and niches. People still do that, of course, but it was more of a, like if you're doing affiliate or rank and rent, you look at the niches and see what kind of money there is. But it's important for all of SEO. I mean, we want to rank clients, and if you're doing in-house SEO, you want to rank your company's site for the queries that are both easiest and going to make the most money. And so that's what my AI does. It takes around 10 hours of analysis that we used to do manually in my SEO university. I teach SEO courses, and I know you have your own SEO courses you teach as well. We used to do this manual process. It would take forever. And then I was like, I was going to get AI to do the analysis, and it does it all in 5 minutes. So you're totally right.
And I love that your tool lets you do the local side of the equation, because some of these tools only let you choose US. And it's like, no, we need to dive down to the actual city level or whatever. So I love that yours does that.
Yeah, we can go right down to the city level. Yeah, and again, we're doing all the SEO. We're doing everything from local to global. We're doing everything from rank and read affiliate all the way to the most white hat agency SEO as well.
Oh, that's the thing we're not doing that your last demo made me so super curious to get into, is the affiliate side of all of the opportunities you were seeing and showing. I'm like, oh man, we know how to do this. We should be making affiliate money. It's like, that was crazy. So that's something we're not doing, but man, you really sparked putting it on my to-do list.
No, and I'm glad that's the case, because it's all about, in this economic climate, and for SEO, it's all about AI is reducing costs and time by like 99% in some cases. So now we have more time to try a rank and rent plan, right? A rank and rent, if you don't mind cold calling people, rank and rent is such an easy strategy. You rank for divorce lawyer Chicago, and then you call up the firm and say, hey, I've got free leads. Do you want it? What are they going to say? No.
Right.
I'm not a lawyer. I can't do this for them. I've got 20 free leads for you. They take it, and if that works, then you're like, hey, $1,000 a month sound about right, and then it's recurring revenue, right? And you can do that if you're in-house. You can do that if you're doing client SEO. You do it for yourself on the side. And hey, if that breaks, sell the site. Then you're doing digital real estate, right? And there's like Craig Campbell. There's guys out there who make mad money doing digital real estate. And I'm going to get to the demo in a second, but one of my students made €500,000 selling a site a couple of
Wow.
years
Oh
ago.
my gosh.
Half
Yeah.
a million euros. And
Wow.
I interviewed him and how he did it and what he did. And so you can make mad money doing all these things. It's SEO has changed. It's not dead. In my opinion, though, and I don't know what you think, Joseph, but in my opinion, you have to be using AI to do it effectively. Because if you're not going to
Yeah.
do it, your competitors are going to get onto an AI system and be doing it pretty soon.
Yeah, and then the reason why that is a competitive threat right now is it sees the holes and gaps that we couldn't see before now.
Yes.
Meaning before now we couldn't see all these holes and gaps, but now AI can go, oh yeah, here's the 10 and fill it. Like even your report, I saw that I could write the content that's missing from the competitor right in the thing, and I'm like, this is filling in those gaps
Yes.
that you wouldn't be able to see without AI.
Yeah.
So that's why AI has changed the game there. And the cool thing that we've discovered in our local versus information versus whatever is that AI is more harmful to the info space than it is the local space. AI is very helpful in the local space. In the info space, the robot wants to answer the information question, not let you answer it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's why it's a little bit more competitive, and you saw a lot of people fall off the information stuff, the travel blogs, the different things back in the last AI update.
Yes.
But the local stuff didn't get affected. In fact, the more you used AI in the local world, you got better.
Yeah, and because it's all about those keywords that are kind of fuzzy. I'm not talking about high quality content. That's very fuzzy, but we do that too. We make an objective score for it. We'll show everybody in a second. We'll get to the demo in just a second. But it's about the query intent. And in local, the query intent is usually more obvious. Chiropractor, Winnipeg, Manitoba. This person wants to find a chiropractor and they live in Winnipeg, Manitoba. But what are the best chiropractic techniques? This gets subjective. And so you get, that's more informational, top of the search funnel, sales funnel. That's more of an informational query. But I think our tool does a really good job on that too. And because
I would love to see that too. Yeah, I know that there are a couple of tools that didn't get hit quite as bad, but some of them got really slapped hard.
Yeah.
So yeah, I am interested in that too. I don't think all information got slapped, but I think information that had, say, like 80% plus AI score did. That stuff got slapped in the information space. No AI content, as far as I know, got slapped in the local space.
Yeah. And I think that's
and that's good news.
It's because the AI has to analyze the query intent.
Yeah.
And needs to analyze also the DOM structure, the document object model vector structure, which is really complex and hard to do manually. And so that's why we built an AI to do it. So anyway, with
cool. Exciting stuff.
It's the perfect segue. I'm glad you mentioned that. So, and that wasn't even scripted, folks. It just takes us right to this. So let me stop yammering on here and show you what we got going on.
Nerds talking about SEO.
Nerds talking about SEO. If you guys have any questions for us, please, by all means, ask them in the right-hand side. You should be seeing questions as you guys are watching. Okay, so here is the system. SEO Copilot. You can find it at SEOCopilotAI.com. Try it free for 2 weeks. No credit card needed. You don't even have to give me your email address. Just log in with your Google. And so we were talking about keyword discovery. That's where you find the ranking opportunities. And just very quickly to look at that and what that means. This is what Joseph is talking about, is that this is just the summary, but you can see at a glance, like this is what I did for clients. I had some clients and I was talking with them on the phone, and these were their sites. And I went and quickly looked to see, one, how difficult on average their niche is to rank for. And then I looked at how much money they would make on average. And this is just the top level view. And I knew right away on the phone what I should bill them, per month. Okay, this one has got good money. Maybe they can afford a $2,000, $3,000 SEO contract a month, whereas some of the rest weren't making such great money. And I was like, oh, okay, but they're still very tough niches in some cases. It gave us what you're talking about, Joseph, the business information we needed to be like, do I even want to be in this niche in the first place? Do I want this client? Do I want this customer? Should I advise my CEO against about rebranding the company and moving in this direction? I'm sure a lot of in-house SEOs have had this talk. The CEO walks down to your desk and says, I want to rank for this. They proclaim from on high, and then they walk off, and you're like, oh, great. Now I'm on the hook to ranking for this. Boy, I wish I was in the meeting when this was being decided, because I could have fired up keyword discovery and seeing how tough it is to rank for roadside recovery in the United Kingdom, and we can drill down. But let's say you're on the hook to having to rank for these things now. Now you can see here the final ROI is what we sort by. And, the not recommended is what I wrote there. I'm probably going to change that verbiage to being to be like only SEO experts or something like that. Because it's not that you can't rank for this. It's just 109% harder than the rest of the internet. So you wouldn't want to start with it per se. But these are the ones that make the most
money. And is
money.
that based on when you first do that search, it asks you, do you already have are you already an expert? Are you already, is that what that is also referring to?
Yeah,
when
you
first hone down, that right down there.
Step 1, you put in your seed keyword here, and this can be an exact match
the top
query.
top level expert, already a powerful site. Yeah, is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're a top level expert and already using a powerful site, you can click these, and that means that my AI will take that into account, and it will
on that
render the difficulties not quite as difficult because
okay, gotcha. Okay.
Authorship matters, as we know, and having a high DA site or high PageRank site, having lots of links in a big site matters as well. So it won't be quite as hard for you. But I want to stop users from shooting themselves in the foot, and so this is for the newbie really to say, look I wouldn't start trying to rank for this. I would start trying to rank for these ones that are easier, the easier or average niches, and I just sorted by keyword difficulty. I would maybe go for something like, this might be a bad example, but yeah, emergency roadside service in UK is all locked up. But very tough is only 60% tougher than about 1.5 million other records. And by the way, if you're wondering about the scientific nature of this is I did my academic degree in interdisciplinary master's degree and a PhD in a science-related discipline. This is far past the threshold for scientific statistical validity. I have over 1.5 million records. These difficulty numbers are accurate up to a point or so. They're highly, highly accurate. I've been doing SEO again for a very long time. This is a much more accurate and much more comprehensive AI analysis of different SEO factors, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and a few in the background you can't see. At least 15 factors we're analyzing here. Does it have brand awareness? Do they have organic traffic? Do they spend money on paid traffic? If they spend money on paid traffic, then clearly they have money for links as well. What kind of links do they already have? The site focus for the exact match query, the page focus, the title focus, the site focus. Do they even have the exact match query in the page, in the title, in the URL? And you can get a sense of how well SEO they're doing. And these guys are this is a tougher niche, quite frankly. Because of the site focus, there's good site focuses here and a lot of brand awareness. This is a major brand. These are major brands for the UK. This is a major brand for the UK. But my AI has analyzed like a Terminator and what you were mentioning there, Joseph. It's actually told you, here's the weak link. This guy's weak here. They don't have any brand awareness. We don't notice any backlinks except for 5. Their page rank is 1 out of 100, so that'd be 0.01 on a 1 to 10 page rank scale. They don't have a page rank of 3 or 4 or 4. These guys have a page rank of 0.1 out of 10. And they're not putting the EMQ in the page title URL. You got one spot here that you might be able to get. There's some other ones here that are fairly weak as well. And there's the first spot, 3rd, 4th, and whatever this is, 7th are kind of locked up. You'd have to have parity, right? You'd have to have parity in terms of your ranking signals to get there. But anyway, that very quickly is what Joseph was originally talking about for the keyword discovery. And I agree, it is a gem in our system. It's probably, quite frankly, what most users are using, if I'm being perfectly frank, because it works very well. And it tells you, should you be in this niche in the first place? And if you want to have the highest final ROI, which is the name of the game, and this is the last thing I'll say about it, we'll move on to the demo. I tell people, ranking number 1, and I want to hear what you think about this, Joseph. Ranking number 1 is not the most important thing in SEO.
Correct.
It's not. It's not ranking. Ranking number 1, fastest, easiest, cheapest, in a way that will keep you there, that has long-term sustainability, that you can repeat. That is how you win at SEO. And so at the end of the day, search engine optimization is a bit of a misnomer. It's actually a business process optimization. It's really just a subset of marketing, quite frankly.
Oh, yeah.
And it's about business process optimization. Can you rank faster, cheaper, better, and repeat and sustain it than everybody else? AKA, do you have a better final return on investment ratio? That's why we sort by the final ROI. in that it takes the easiest niches times the most money of whatever was in that niche and gives you the winners, right? And if you're making a new site, I would recommend going here and just start building on the easiest keywords until you have enough trust with Google that you're ranking on page 1 and number 1 for these. And this might be a bad example, quite frankly, because this is a really tough niche. I mean, look how tough this niche is. I mean, if you want to make any money, this is the keyword ROI is our keyword revenue ballpark. That's our determination of what we think you could make per month, roughly. And that's based on some science as well. The Google literally has economists who produced a report. And they said on average, their users make a 1-to-2 ratio of profit. So if people are bidding 3.3 bucks Canadian, it'll show you the money in your money. It doesn't really matter. It's all apples to apples at the end of the day. But if they're bidding 3.3 bucks, they're making $7 on average revenue on that. It's a 1-to-2 ratio, right? So times 2. So we take 30% of the traffic, assuming you're ranking number 1, and we presume a 5% static conversion rate, and we multiply double this, and that's how you basically get this number. If it's double if it's low Google Ads competition. If it's medium Google Ads competition, we take a 1-to-3 ratio. We think, you're probably going to make a little bit more money than that. And if it's 40%, it's 46% up this year, we'll up the conversion rate by 46%. So whatever that is, 5.5% conversion rate roughly is what that would be. Yeah. So that's how we come out with this number, which could be grossly off. We fully admit it's not a promise. It's just a ballpark, but it is an apples to apples comparison to know this query has more money behind it than say this query does for sure. And so you want to pick the ones that are easiest to rank for, that make the most money. And I would keep looking on these. I keep drilling down. I'd be like, well, this is not looking very good. Let's get more ideas on this one, and it'll run another report for you and find more keyword ideas. And you can break it down. You can keep searching until the AI finds you the niches that are going to be the ones you want to rank for, that are going to be the easiest, that are also making the most money. So I got
my work cut out for me this afternoon.
Yeah, that was a long revise of it. But Joseph, do you have any other questions about that before I move on? Any other comments?
I love this, and I use it all the time, every day. But every time I watch you do it, I'm like, I got to do it this way next time. So yeah, thanks for that drill down. There's a lot there, a lot of data there that you can, if you mentally process it, there's a lot of secret little gems there.
Yeah. And I keep drilling down. I like to run.
And I like sorting it by ROI and the sorts that you can do. I didn't realize you could sort it by the ROI column. You
can sort by all these columns. Yeah,
that's great. Yeah.
You can sort by all these columns. You can also add more filters. You can favorite it. You can hide it. You can just see the favorite and hide it. You can do by search intent. You can do the best. You can drill down number of words, volume, do a search. So it's pretty extendable.
Yeah.
And what I like to do is I like to run as many difficulty reports as possible to figure out where the gem keywords are on these ones.
Gotcha.
Okay, but let's get to what it is we want to talk about today. What we want to talk about today is we built a new high quality article builder system here. It's a new article builder. It is the high quality article version 2.0 that is going to do a complex chain of thought ideation. Now, we had an article writer previously, which did a really good job, but users were complaining that it didn't hit all 4 of our big score numbers. It's kind of funny, we've taken the process of researching an article and writing it down from anywhere from 10 to 20 hours. If you're an SEO and you know nothing about dance team gear, or as SEOs, we're forced to be experts in everything. Yep. We have to write articles like we're an expert in every single topic that exists, which is not really fair when you think about it. And so it takes a lot of research. And quite frankly, my US writer, I don't know if any other agencies are in this boat, but my US writer, who had a bachelor's degree in the US, and he's a fluent English speaker, of course. That's why I hired him. He did really good research, and he would write an article. He would charge me 10 to 20 hours and $100 per hour because he was a high quality writer, right? So per article, it could cost $1,000 to $2,000. We bring that cost down exponentially, like drastically, right? In that case, allowing agencies to get those writers to go faster and still use their expertise, but being able to generate articles faster and bring in more customers so the agency can make more money. And it works for all of SEO, anywhere from local to global, and from the blackest hatish of the affiliate niches all the way to the whitest hat, sprockets and widgets at the e-commerce store are selling and whatnot. And that was another, so the first complaint was, so it's kind of ironic. It's like, okay, I've taken 20 hours of work and brought it down to 20 minutes, and that's not good enough. You want 2 minutes now? And the users are like, yes, we want 2 minutes now. So I'm like, okay, fine. I guess I gotta make this work even better. So it was a pretty easy process to take the article that was written. And let me see if I can find one that's already written. I don't know where. Here's one that's written in German, I believe. Yeah. It was a pretty easy process that after you had the article, you could highlight sections and you can upscore them to bring the scores up, or you could downscore them to bring all the scores down. And you wanted to be in the green for all of them. You want to be in the green for, let me quickly go through what these are. And these are based on actual Google leaks, Google reports, and actually my own scientific testing that I do in SU University, and with a huge amount of statistical data correlative analysis behind the rankings of these scores, because people track their rankings in the system, right? You can track your position if you give me your URL. And therefore, because of the rank trackings in the system, and I could show you actually here on mine, ones that I'm actually tracking the rankings. I'm tracking the rankings on a whole bunch of them. Sorry about the bright. So I got position number 2 for this one, position number 1 for this one. Let's see some others. There were some others in optimization that I was tracking as well. Here we have one that just lost its spot, but it was around number 50, and we're experimenting with this one and doing different experiments. But it's ranking very low because it's a very tough niche. It's 74% tougher than the rest of the internet. So it shouldn't be surprising as to why it's so tough to rank for that. And because we have the rank tracking involved, we can also go, okay, we can see the correlation of these scores, and we could say, okay, we know where you should be for these scores in terms of statistical data of correlative analysis. And the ones who rank higher, we can tell where these scores are supposed to be. And so I know for a scientific certainty, and again, this has tens of thousands of data points in it. This is well beyond the science has a standard threshold they use for statistical validity, as you can imagine. And I know the formula, and we are well past the threshold for scientific statistical validity, knowing that these scores are, one, some of the top scores, not all of the top scores for on page, but some of the top scores, if not the top scores to be tracking, one. And two, I know exactly what number you're supposed to be at. And I can edit these numbers in real time. I can edit these numbers in the backend system and change it that, oops, we found out that semantic scores need to be 5 points higher to correlate with number 1 and page 1 rankings. Okay, I can change that in the system, and you will get a message saying, hey, look, your dance team gear content is in the red. Your content score is 55. You should be in the green. And the AI system will start to warn you when the SEO numbers are off, right? So that is a really, really good thing that can change in real time as Google makes a Google update. No problem. We can check the data correlative analysis, and we could see the numbers where you're supposed to be at. And my system will literally email you. And we're currently building right now a chatbot that's going to go down here on the right-hand side. Then the chatbot will pop up, and it's going to say, hey, your numbers are in the red. I really recommend you be in the green. Do you want me to do that? Yes, please. And it'll eventually, when the system is that finely tuned, it'll fix the article to get everything working there for you perfectly, if it doesn't generate perfectly already.
Let me ask you a quick question on the rank tracking and what you're talking about. So there's like a notification system built in on the content that's created through the system?
Yeah, exactly. So you can see
it'll tell you, so if you change something in the back end, or if you're in the red or whatever, you'll get a notification that this is in the red. Now, the other question related to that was, so you get a tracking, keyword tracking or rank tracking for the keyword that's associated with the article builder page? Meaning, so if you had 10 credits, you get 10 keywords to track, or if you had 50 credits, that's 50 keywords essentially you're tracking.
Yeah.
Like for each article, it's tracking a keyword, or can track a keyword, right?
Correct.
Each article.
Yes.
It's based on the article, right? Not based on you adding.
Yeah, it's based on the reports that you run.
The reports, yeah, those are the ones that you're tracking the rank tracking, and that's a checkbox or something, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
It's here. You would add your URL. Now that's a great question, Joseph.
Okay.
So one, you're right. It is based on the report, and the article is also based on the report. Everything in the system is based on the report because the report has all of the Google information.
And as long as you have the report, you have the rank tracking enabled.
Yes.
And
yes.
how often does it check the rank on that? Is that a weekly, daily, monthly?
I believe it's every 24 hours.
Oh, wow. That's a daily. That's expensive stuff that you're giving people for this, like built into that thing. Because rank tracking, like keyword.com, they would charge you an extra fee for that per month to do what you're giving them for free here.
Oh yeah. No, it's rolled in. Yeah, I know it is a little expensive. I know. Trust me.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's amazing though, because you could just rank track your articles you create right in here.
Exactly, and that's what I've done. Right, I'm doing.
And I like the notification part of it that tells you, hey, something's off. You need to go check it out and fix it.
Yeah. It's right up here in messages. It'll also email you.
Yeah, that's neat.
CP is a little annoying, and you can view them all. You can see them here. You can mark them as red and get rid of them. But it'll say, hey, look at your predictability length is in the red, which is one of these. This score here. It'll say your semantic score is in the red. It'll say your heat score is in the red. So that's but it's very good reason, but it does have to track, just to fully answer your question. It doesn't know yet, although I'm going to make a feedback loop so the AI is aware that, hey, the article you generated here is not the one we're finding on the URL. Is that a mistake? Did you forget to upload it? Of course, we're going to presume you want to use our article, of course. You really should, because we have the numbers here to prove that it's going to rank if you get it in the green. But or it's going to be as rankable as possible. Then you have to do all the off-page factors as well. This is only an on-page tool. You're going to still need to do the off-page factors, especially the more difficult the niche gets, which we know, we can tell you how much more off-page you're going to be doing. But the better you're on-page, the less off-page you need to do, right? The better signals you have on your on-page, the less you need to shore it up with other off-page signals. And if you don't know what those signals are, you want to join Joseph's SEO course, or you want to join my SEO course and learn what those off-page signals are. But you're totally right. Right now, it just tracks the URL. It doesn't necessarily know if the article here is in the URL. It presumes it is, but it doesn't really matter. I can see the scores of the URL and they get fed into the system anyway. I can do that from another channel. So that's why we track the report and track the ranking, because it gives us the closed loop to eventually one day have the holy grail of SEO, where the AI is an SEO consultant in a box.
Yeah.
It checks the niches that are making the most money, or you give it seed niches that you want to be in. Okay, I'm into free courses. It'll iterate itself and find all of the easy niches to rank for in your seed keyword you gave it, free SEO courses. It'll find more niches on its own. It will build the reports on its own. It will build the articles for it on its own. It will put them in the green on its own, and if you've uploaded our WordPress plugin, it'll upload it to your site on its own, and it'll do that on a threshold that you tell it. 1 article a day, 5 articles a day, 100 articles a day. After a month, you could have a 3,000-page site on the niche you want to be on that the AI automatically found will make you the most money and be the easiest to rank for, and it'll do all the on-page SEO for you too.
You're speaking about the future, right? That's the future.
That's the future. That's where we're going with this.
That's amazing. Yeah, that would be amazing feature.
I know. It's like, and so if you're an SEO consultant, you just say, okay, what do you want to rank for? You put it in the system and you go have a martini.
Exactly. Yeah. I was talking about that on a podcast yesterday. Yeah. That's the future. We just put the keyword in, say, here's our intent, and then we go have a martini.
Yeah. And in fact, you don't even need to tell it our intent, because our new report
right. It'll find the best one. Yeah. It'll do the research for you.
Yeah, so getting to demoing the new system, so that's actually something that this thing does on its own. That's part of the report. So here we did the report for dance team gear, and like we were saying, being an SEO, you got to kind of be an expert in everything and know what that means. What is dance team gear exactly? Is that shoes? Is that elbow pads? Like what are they doing? What is a dance team? But it automatically analyzes it using a rebuilt model of the different various AI models that Google uses. So RankBrain is a very popular one, and so it gives it a score in the system of all the entities that are important for the RankBrain AI. BERT is one of the new ones here, where it finds the query intent that Joseph just mentioned, and it'll actually analyze based on the niche, the shard collection that we get back, and build a BERT model. Now, between you and me, Joseph, Google's probably not using BERT anymore. They probably moved to Vertex, their new transformer.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's noticed lately, but the arms race of transformers, of GPT, generative pre-trained transformer, and BERT, the bidirectional encoding representations from Transformer. It's funny that the Transformer is the technology that Google first made, and then OpenAI is now eating their lunch with a Transformer of their own. But anyway, the arms race of these Transformers are just leaping month after month. GPT-3, then 3.5, then 4, then 4 Omni, and 5 is coming out. And Google's own Transformers to compete with this are coming out. BERT, and then PaLM, and then PaLM 2, and then Vertex. Vertex is probably the AI they're doing. We're building a BERT model, but it's theirs is just a little bit more complex. Ours still does the job of finding out exactly what the query intent is for the search query dance team gear. It's apparently dance team apparel and uniforms, and the secondary intent is custom and performance dance team wear. And so this is what the exact topic of your article should be, and this is the exact topic I'm going to show you that the new HQ writer, high quality writer, is using. And that was another problem that we had before, is that it was a little SEO spammy, and it was building it on dance team
very
gear.
specific. Yeah, ChatGPT had a problem with that. I love this because it'd be better to write it on dance team apparel and uniforms than specific to that encoded word, because that's very spammy.
Exactly. Yeah, it's very spammy. Our spam scores were a little higher than we wanted.
Yeah, so, that's great.
There's no use giving an objective spam score to the user, taking all the subjectivity out of it and saying, no, this is your objective spam score. And I know from statistical data correlative analysis of tens of thousands of data points, you need to be in this range for this niche. It's niche specific as well, by the way, because some niches are spammier than others. So Google allows that, right?
Yeah.
So we analyze for this specific niche, we analyze the exact range you need to be in for the spam score.
That's crazy.
But when our article writer automatically makes a spammy article that talks about dance team gear, the best dance team gear, do you need dance team gear? We got the best dance team gear. Then we're shooting our own user in the foot. So we need to rebuild the whole thing so that the spam scores are in the green, because the users are like, okay, great. Well, you generated this article for me, Josh, but all the numbers are red. So how do we fix that? Okay, well, it's easy to fix. Do this, do that. But that's a flaw in the system. We should be able to build out of the box. We should be able to, with the tiniest bit of input from the user, we should be able to do SEO flawlessly.
Oh, yeah.
And that is our goal for on-page. Yeah. And it's not an easy goal, as you can imagine.
No.
And that's why this is just a beta release. You're going to see it in a second, but that is our goal. So we have the primary and secondary query intent. And also we have a new thing, the competitor HTML widgets. We actually analyze the document object model of your competitors, including their classes they use, any schema they might use, the different HTML they use, and we make a template mock-up for you. And we say, okay, the hero heading goes here, text goes here, they have links, make sure you're doing this. And we feed we feed this and the query intent to the new high quality writer. And the user has the option of overriding this, of course. They can say, no. I want to write about this, use this as a topic, and no, I don't want to use this HTML template. I don't care if I look like the page type of the users. I know they're doing a review style blog page. I don't want to do that. I'm e-commerce. Use this template. We'll allow you to edit this very shortly as well. Or you can just give it instructions when you generate the article, as we're about to see. But this is already ranking really well. I want to show really quickly this is our wins channel for our course. And I just want to show 2 wins. We have this win here that was out of the box, page 1 rankings, spot 4 to spot 2 out of the box for one of these articles that we got. And here's another one here, page 1 ranking from new high quality article, spot number 8 in 48 hours, just from out of the box what it produced. Not even getting the scores into the green, which it should do even better when the scores are in the green, statistically speaking. And this is my SEO University.
Because your spam score was a little off right there.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, if we go to the article for this, I don't know if an article was generated for this one, but it was the
parking
German,
something.
The German one I was doing here to show that it also does other languages. It does Dutch and German usually. And it'll do other languages as well. It'll do Spanish, it'll do French as well. Yeah, the spam score is off. And if I mouse over it, it is the body spam score. So it is this content. And so the AI tells me the content of the page is focused on providing information about free SEO courses. The usage of the banned phrase is evident, which increases the spam score. So it is a little spammy, mentioning the EMQ quite a lot.
Yeah.
and it says the content does
But
seem.
in this case, as you said earlier, since this is SEO, that's okay because that would be
Yes,
more. You'd have more usage of that in this
exactly.
particular niche.
Yeah, and so in this case, I might ignore the score.
Yeah,
I might
yeah,
be like, okay, CP, that's great. You know,
yeah. This is this niche.
yeah.
That's what happens
Although
here.
my competitors are only at 15%, so
Oh,
I might double think that.
yeah. Uh huh.
But if I was having the hardest time in the world getting this score down, I might be like, okay, that's fine, never mind. And so these big four scores are again that and everything we've talked about are the reasons why we need to upgrade the generate article process. And so eventually, when it's done, right now it's only doing the spam score and the heat score. It does those perfect. Now, what's the heat score? The heat score stands for helpfulness, expertise, experience, authority, and trust. Basically, we know for a fact, and if you check the Google Leak API docs, which I have the PDF right here, if you check the Google Leak API docs, it's 7,700 pages of API docs of everything Google has in terms of their ranking secrets. I don't know, Joseph, if you've had a chance to crack it open. It's a very long read, obviously.
I have, but I try to get my AI tools to try to make sense of it.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Yes,
they
yes.
all break. They all break when they
Yeah, they
consume
do.
it.
It's too
Yeah.
big.
It's too big. It's like can't do this. Can't do this.
Yeah, I made a secondary system for my users to use in SEO University that parcels it out, and I've been able to break
Oh yeah. Yeah.
been able to break some secrets from it. It's very very interesting stuff. But basically, we know for a fact that they have a helpful AI that makes sure your content is
Yeah.
helpful and gives it a score similar to this. And we know they've been talking about EAT, expertise, experience, expertise, authority, and trust, and how they break that out. There's at least 5 different high quality algorithms I found in the leaks. They're checking for high quality content. It is a fact. They look for it. And I know that my heat score statistically correlates with high rankings. If you are in the green, the higher you get scores for the actual questions that Google asks the quality raters and the users. Does it provide content that is insightful and interesting beyond the obvious? The higher the score you have here, the better you'll do. And anything over a 7 is a green score. And on average, if it's over that it's a green score as well. And so my article will retry this 5 times. It'll retry to rewrite.
Is that
the
out of
article.
100? 80 out of 100?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is out of 100. Yeah. So it'll try to write the article 5 times for the spam score and 5 times for the heat score. And it's not doing the semantic score right now. It's not doing the average predictability length. I'll explain what those are in a second and show people how to get it better. So how did I generate the article? So here's an actual demo of the system. Let's go to a report here we haven't done yet, actually article builder. Let's do dance team gear, okay? So I click on generate article, and this is the new beta version 2. And you see it automatically takes the primary and secondary query intent and puts it in the field here. This is what the topic of the article should be, because this is what Google thinks, this is what these users want. This is what they will boost in terms of content. They will boost this out of the box if you are on the right query intent for dance team gear, which again, as SEOs, we're not dance team experts. We need to guess. And maybe even someone who teaches dance, they don't know what users want necessarily.
Right.
You will never believe how different it is between what you think the query intent is and what pages Google is actually boosting. And so I'm always surprised at these different PSQIs here. And so that's the one for dance team. Let's look at this one for SEO training. People are looking for SEO training courses, but they're also looking for certification, right? Now, I don't know about you, Joseph. I've been doing SEO training for a long time. I might not have guessed that certification was so important to the user, but apparently, as the AI analyzes the vector embeddings, certification is a major entity that they're interested in.
Oh yeah.
So if you don't have certification in your article, and you see it used it to write it, because this was generated by the high quality article, and also free, right? There's people who want free SEO training. I have free SEO training. I know, Joseph, you probably, I don't know, I shouldn't speak for you. I'm sorry. Do you have free courses as well?
Tons. Yeah, tons.
Yeah. So I have both a paid and free option. Joseph, you probably have a
SEO
paid.
Power Suite features my fundamentals of SEO on their YouTube channel.
Great. Yeah. So we have free SEO training. So we happen to be lucky that we guessed, being in the industry long enough, that that's what we need to provide. But you might not know, right? You might not know. Someone who's new, who's doing SEO training, they might be like, I want to stay away from certification because I don't offer it, or I want to stay away from free because I don't offer it. but my AI is saying, hey,
it is important to the end user.
Yeah, it's important to the end user. You should mention it, even to say certification is possible. Contact me, and then they can contact you, and you can explain why you don't offer it, or at the very least, Google thinks you have that on your page and thinks that it's available, and that's how I would get around that. Because people always ask, Josh, I'm an e-commerce page, and nothing is ranking here but review blog pages. How am I going to compete with that? And my answer is, you got to cloak your e-commerce in kind of a review style format. And that's what my AI will try and do. It will analyze the HTML of your competitors and make sure you have the right schema and the right, like it goes so deep as it knows what content management system people are using. And it will fake Elementor tags, it'll fake WordPress tags, it'll put it in the HTML to make Google think you have the same e-commerce system. And if people are wondering, does Google rank pages based on the e-commerce system? The answer is yes. They go to that level, right? If everyone on the first page is using Elementor or Wix or Joomla or WordPress or whatever it is, these are different content management and some are e-commerce systems. Google's going to know about it because those artifacts are in the HTML tags, right? Those artifacts are used in class attributes and whatnot. And so our AI will analyze that, and it'll kind of like a cuttlefish. It'll fake the nature of what you need to do so you can sneak in and get the rankings that you need.
Yeah, wow.
So it detects the topic you should be using here, and then it says match AI analysis of their competitor page type. This is recommended, or I could type in instructions here. If I delete this text and type in instructions, I can say, no, I want to do an e-commerce page. Just write me SEO tips for this, and then I'm going to put in my own e-commerce products later. And the AI will go, okay, okie dokie, no problem. Here's another great feature that we have that users were asking for. You might be like, Josh, how would I get the AI to put in my own products, my e-commerce products? How would I get it to know my author information in my Twitter bio and stuff like that? This is where you would use the custom knowledge base. You would import a file. You'd find a file, a text file. You'd give all the information in a text file. Let me show you the one I did here. Where is it? Sorry, I should have had this at the ready. It would have been better if I had this at the ready, of course. Where is, I can't find it.
You're looking for a bio file?
Yeah, I'm looking for CKB, not in here. I had one ready, CKB. Oh, where did I put it? Maybe I put it in here. Oh no, here it is. It's right on my desktop. Here it is, CKB. You want to give it a custom knowledge base. You see what I'm doing? I'm giving it instructions. Use this author bio, and I give it an author bio, the full author bio for Christine Olivier. And I was doing this for a CBD oil project called Ultra Pet, right? And so I even give it the Twitter to link to, and then I give it writing instructions for a special piece about the CBD oil. So I'm trying to rank for CBD oil for cats is the EMQ, but I want to tell them about Ultra Pet, my actual that I'm an affiliate for, my actual product that I'm trying to push. And so I give them I give the AI a full writing instruction on how to write for it and what it's called and what its virtues are, right? Ultra Pet TM. And so it will take this information and it will use it. And I'll upload this text file. You can call it whatever you want, but it has to be a .text file. So you can get this from your products. You can put, okay, here's the products I want you to use. Here's the HTML table I actually want you to use. Do it exactly like this with this style. You could put that in the custom knowledge base.text. You can give it your bio, and pretty soon, right now this is per article. This is per article, but pretty soon we're going to put it per project. So you can list all your clients or your projects as one. Okay, this is my CBD oil for cat project. Christine Olivier is the author profile I'm using there. Here's her Twitter. Here's all the information, and you're going to use one custom knowledge base.
That'll be super helpful for the agencies.
Yeah. We had agencies in mind when we made this. And so you have your client who they sell
because you got your HVAC owner, your junk removal owner, your chiropractor, and they all have their own personas and products.
Exactly.
That's great.
And so we were really happy about this. It works really well, and you don't need to use it if you don't want to. You don't need to use any of these if you don't want to. You could say, nope, I want to. I'm going to put in a topic I want to do, and nope, I want you just make an info page with tables. You can give it instructions and it'll do that, and you don't have to use the custom knowledge base. You can override all of this during generation time, but that's not recommended. I would recommend using, I don't know if it remembered what I said. Oh no, don't remember the form. I want to get the form back. There we go. I did a hard refresh to get the form back. But you want to, I would recommend using my AI analysis because I know for a fact it gives boosts because I have tested it here. I've got the testing, right? I've done a whole lot of testing to know that you need to know what the DOM vector is. And you need to have the vector embeddings of the HTML tags, the document object model tags that Google uses when they parse and they index a file to parse the JavaScript and everything else. They actually parse the DOM. I know you need that for a fact. And I know you need the actual query intent. And it just writes a higher quality article, quite frankly, that is more focused to what the user actually wants. And if you upload and use all these three things, it will try to find a balance. Like if in your custom knowledge base, you made a mistake and you uploaded the wrong customer knowledge base, it would ignore most of the instructions in here and just go for this and this. But if all the instructions are building on the same thing, like, okay, it's CBD oil for cats I'm trying to build. They want to know about vet tips and veterinarian safety tips and dosages. That's what it would find, just so you know, because I did it. And it wants to make it also, what it'll do, let me see if I can actually find it for you. If this was mine, I'm going to turn it off light mode because it hurts my eyes, sorry. Let's see if we have, did I do this one for CBD? I believe I did, yes. Find that one. But I don't see an article, one of the ones that was built. It also tell you if it's possibly incomplete and you can click it to rerun if you want. But let me see here. This report seems to be done. So here, the BERT, yes, you see it's got the CBD oil for cat safety and benefits and the dosage guidelines, the vet recommendations. But look at the HTML widgets. This is really interesting. You notice it's like you need to have an image gallery. You never would have imagined that. You need to have customer reviews. You need to have the price. And quite frankly, you need the data here, right? You need all the data that's baked into here. Sometimes when it does this and it analyzes some of these niches, it also tells you you need reviews with star ratings, right? So if you don't have any reviews for your product, A, that's a bad thing. And B, yes, that is a ranking factor. You definitely need to have it because all your competitors do, right? And again, looking at the API docs, we know for a fact that reviews and ratings are a ranking factor. So if you don't, I wouldn't fake them. I would have real ones, preferably, of course, you want to be white hat as possible. So I would make sure you are incentivizing your customers to give you good reviews and give you good ratings. And yes, you need to use it on your page. And yes, my AI will use it if it's in the HTML template as analyzed by the DOM vector embeddings, then yes, it will be in here when I try to generate it. And if you actually put in your real reviews and ratings in your custom knowledge base, hopefully my AI will see that and see the instructions and it'll use it. It is just in beta. It's not the smartest thing yet, but it is getting better for sure.
Awesome.
So we can see the kind of article it generates. I can actually try to get it to generate this article here. I'll use the custom knowledge base. I should have clicked this some time ago so that it could continue. I can also do the URL title and meta description. Now, because it can iterate a number of times, it could possibly take a while for this to generate. So while this is generating, I'm going to go over here to my other demo thing. And so let's look at the kind of article that it generates. Again, from this information here, from this BERT, the training courses and certification, free SEO training, and from this HTML widget, it's just very simple. All they use is divs. There's nothing that fancy about what the competitors are doing, so it's very, very small. So that's great. If we go back here to the article, see it made a table of contents. It put it all in a nice table here for you, for the users to get their data. And I know that this is actually a ranking factor as well. And it's giving you free resources for learning more and pro tips. This already scored really high in the heat score. The only problem is it's got a high body spam score because, again, as Joseph aptly pointed out, it's in the SEO niche.
The word SEO, you have to say SEO all the time.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's a spammy niche. Like if you're trying to rank for payday loans, you can never say the word payday loans or my spam score is going to freak out. If you're trying to rank for anything SEO, my spam score is going to freak out.
Every time you say SEO.
Yeah. Google is a little bit more forgiving. And you could check here by clicking on the SEO tab, and you can see how many times your competitors are mentioning the exact match query. And oh, look, they're all mentioning it, so we know it's fine to mention it. And heck, there could be some of Joseph's courses right here in the competitors, actually, quite frankly. Another thing you want to check at the bottom is the spread keywords. I want to see which entities are missing to make sure I have the most comprehensive article. So I'll click entities, I'll click words, I'll click score and sort it by the highest score. And I'll see, oh, okay, we forgot to mention the word with. So we need to see how they're using the word
Mm-hmm.
with. We forgot to mention this. So, I mean, I wouldn't care about that word per se. This course is awesome. Could be a concept you want to have on there. SEO training with certification could be the word with. The stop words matter these days. The stop words matter because they form complex entity relationships that
Mm-hmm.
Google is ranking on, and they've proven it to us. They remember the old example. I think it was either for RankBrain or neural matching. The can I get medicine for someone from the pharmacy? How it used to be different beforehand. I don't know, Joseph, you remember that example that Google gave off the
Oh
top of your
yeah.
head?
Uh-huh. Yep.
They used to rank just pharmacies near you. They didn't take the context of the stop words before neural matching and RankBrain, and they're doing vector embeddings on these entity relationships on the natural language processing. That no. They're supposed the query intent is trying to find medicine. Can you get medicine for someone from the pharmacy? The word for and from are very, very important. So
Yeah,
in this
it's
case,
disambiguating the entity is what it's doing, is what
exactly,
they're trying to do. That's
exactly.
uh-huh.
And so we as SEOs, we need to take that into account. And all
Yeah.
the other keyword tools out there that are stripping out the stop words are doing users a disservice.
AI is guilty of that.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it can be for
Of
sure.
not using stop words in its output.
Exactly. So you need to make sure. That's why, again, we built it this way that the
Yeah.
query intent
That's
is
great.
front and center. Free training SEO resources, SEO training courses. It's going to get the information it's going to put in as many spread keywords in there as possible. And so if I see it misses one or two, like it missed with and it missed this, I can go here to the report. We're going to have the extra phrases that are important to use here under the BERT. Also, I can go in RankBrain. I can say, okay, how important is with? With is 7 out of 10 important. It's really important. I can also
Wow.
check to see, yeah, it's very important to have it in there for RankBrain anyway. We can also check to see, okay, how are the users using it? Let's find how course with, let's find how the users are using it. SEO course with, free SEO course with, okay. So these are the kind of phrases we want to be doing. This is an SEO course with probably certification, I bet you. That's what it's going to be. And we can actually check the competitor, some of the competitor information, find their competitor keywords, their bigram and trigrams, their top 100 words. We can see how they're using some of this information. We can also check, in some cases, their semantic scoring to see what they score, to get an idea of some of the levels that we want to be at. And we can also be like, okay, fine. If at worst, let's click on one of these and find where are they using the word with. Why learn with Academy? Okay, interesting.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's something that their entity is doing specifically. You might want to be like, okay, why learn with SEO University for my course, or
Yeah.
Joseph's why learn with Joseph Kahn, that kind of thing, or however Joseph refers to his courses. So, but it tells you it's actually pretty important here. And a pro tip I like to do, and we're going to do this automatically for you pretty soon, but I like to try and make sentences from the top words. I try to go SEO course for SEO course for you would be another major one here. Or with SEO course with training, with marketing, SEO course with free courses,
Online
SEO
course, online marketing course with marketing. Yeah, you could build a good one with that.
You can build all the top sentences with the top phrases and the top entities you want
Yeah.
are going to be built out of just going through this list and being like, okay. You can also go through the full scoring for all the different term weighting we do, the rank brain test we do, the BERT test we do. We're adding in vector embedding tests in here. We're going to be adding in the other phrases in here as well. And you could be like, okay, SEO course online clearly is one of the top ones here that substitutes for SEO training as well. And that's what the pro would do, but my AI does a pretty good job of nailing it on the first try anyway. So there's not a lot of extra work you need to do. The purpose of this, as I said, is to make it get better and better and better as time goes on, so that the AI is automatic eventually, is what it is we want to do. So it's still building the article. It could take a long time again, it's just still in beta, so we're just working on it, but it's really exciting. It does 5 retries.
How many does it analyze in the competitor for that? Does it do like top 20, or is there a?
It depends on the specific model we're building for you.
Uh-huh.
But these different models will look anywhere from the top 10 to the top 100. In fact,
Oh, wow. Okay.
RankBrain does top 100. Bert's doing top 10,
So that
top 20.
analysis could take 15 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that.
The report is takes usually 5 to 10 minutes right now.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So this is all done at the report level. And then the reason why the article is taking so long is because it kind of retry the spam score up to 5 times.
Gotcha. And it'll keep rewriting it with that in mind?
Yes. Yeah. It takes
Interesting.
the instructions
That is cool.
Yeah. So we're doing what's called ideation here is called in AI, or chain of thought ideation. There's also another concept, tree of thought ideation.
Yeah.
Ideation is a fancy word for different AIs with thinking with different tasks. And it's how in my self-aware model, I built on my spare time, I built a self-aware psychological model because in my academic degree, that's what I studied. I studied science.
That sounds amazing. Yeah.
And her name was Cassandra. And I tried to remodel a self-aware mind. So I'm reusing some of the ideas I pioneered there with CP's mind, a model that I'm building here. It will be eventually almost a fully thinking thing.
Cool.
But in this case, an SEO consultant narrowed down to those topics, which is easier to do, as you can imagine, than having just a self-aware being, period, for any topic. It was very hard to build.
Yeah.
But this is what they're doing, right? They're doing Agent GPT, OpenAI's GPT. This is what they're trying to do to get it to do tasks. And this is what they need to do is they need to remodel the psychological structures of the mind. It's kind of like the movie from Pixar. I can't remember what it's called, but I think it's Inside Out. And it's a movie about the different parts of the mind, and they all have different characters, and they all talk in like this control center. That's basically what you're doing. Like you have the part of the mind that's checking the output. You have the part of the mind that's writing the output. You have the part of the mind that's keeping in track of the items you're supposed to be doing. This is called ideation, and so that's what we're doing with chain of thought ideation. We're breaking down the steps to get the AI to analyze what it's doing, process what it's doing, and produce the highest quality output possible. And it will iterate. It will use ideation, iteration, and it will iterate on the spam score. It will take the instructions and say, okay, this is spammy, that's spammy, let's rewrite the article. And it has to have a breakpoint where it might try it 5 times and be like, CBD oil for cats is a particularly spammy niche. It's an affiliate niche. It's on something that's a little fishy for Google. It's also possibly a YMYL niche. It's a your money, your life niche.
Yeah.
This is a health related niche where Google has to be very careful to make sure you're giving the right dosage to cats. Yeah. So they do have extra structures here to make sure it's as unspammy as possible. And anyone who denies that YMYL has rankings, go into this PDF file here of the Google leaks.
Yeah, exactly.
And search YMYL, and I guarantee to you, you're going to find it. I guarantee to you, it's.
Yeah, I think there's even some ADA stuff in there too.
Yep. Yes,
so
there
it's
is.
So it's like, oh shoot, ADA.
Yeah, there is ADA. Yes, yeah. Very specifically. Here's my notes of where I found some very interesting ranking factors for people.
Okay.
That's supposed to be secret. Okay. Oh well. Never mind. Here's some freebies for you. But YMYL is in here. I know when eventually it searches through the 7,414 pages of leak that we got, which makes your eyes bleed when you read it. But anyway. I don't know how long it's going to take. You know, as they say, when you're doing.
Can you click close when that's going, and then it'll run in the background?
Yeah, I can get close.
Okay. And it's still running. Yeah,
it's still in the background. I can go on and I can do other stuff. I can go back to keyword discovery, and I can go here and be like, okay, let's find some more keywords. Or actually, my account's broken. Sorry, it's a bad example. Again, whenever you're doing a demo, something's going to break, right?
Yeah, definitely.
But it's going to eventually produce the article. It's going to have everything in there that you want to have. All the different stuff that you need based on the information, the custom knowledge base you give it. And it's not going to look right in the WYSIWYG editor, of course, because it doesn't have your site style in it. But when you take this content, you take the HTML and you copy and paste it, or you export it, or you click on WordPress and publish it to your WordPress. If you have the WordPress plugin, it will upload properly and you should get what you want. So that's the new system. It takes the topic, a topic analysis. It takes a new HTML analysis. You can use a custom knowledge base. You click continue. It will iterate a number of times until it has the exact article that you want. And the preliminary results look really, really good. Again, it's just a beta. You might find a couple bugs here or there. It is not easy to do, as you can imagine. Trying to make an AI think for itself, trying to make an SEO consultant in a box is not an easy
Yeah,
thing to do. But we are serious at doing it, and I think we are very far ahead in the game of doing it. And it's super exciting stuff. It's going to be so
totally.
easy to do SEO in the future when this does, 90% of the heavy lifting for you.
That's awesome. And real quick, how much after work did it require to get that ranking? Meaning, once it was done through its process or whatever, did you need to do anything to it after that, or was it post published and it was done?
In this particular case, Greg tells me, he told the group, because that's my
You
SEO
didn't do
University
anything
group,
to it?
he didn't do a damn thing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He copied and he took it HTML,
And just,
view, copy and paste. He put it on the site
yeah.
and let it go, just as a
Okay.
test.
So
on
it didn't
purpose.
need any updating or
He
editing.
didn't edit anything. In fact, between you and me, it still has fake reviews in it. Jane Doe says this.
Oh, nice.
John
Okay.
Smith says this.
Yeah.
Google's like, yep, fine, no problem.
I'll put it
Blink.
to live test today. I mean, I got probably about 5 articles, and I think you gave me some credits for it. But we'll put it to the test today to real, and I'll let them crank as is. Like, let's just see. you
Yeah.
know,
Now, would I recommend doing that for the end customer? No, of course not. Especially
just
if your
to see,
customer.
like, these end customers will be okay with it, but I just want to see it in practicality.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I'll
yeah,
make sure it
depends.
doesn't. I will upload, as you said, to make sure that that's got the right company names and the knowledge base and stuff like that, where there's no hallucinations. That's the
Yeah,
only
yeah.
edits I would make, is just make sure there's no fiction there.
Yeah. So when you upload the custom knowledge base, I
Yeah.
would make sure to give it instructions. Use
Yeah.
this author bio in all caps.
Got it.
And
Okay.
just to make sure that it gets it, because it is.
Will
going
it
through a
take
lot of
instructions like
information.
that? If you say
Yep.
use this in this, like it'll kind of like
Yep.
ChatGPT, it'll
Yep.
understand.
Yeah,
Okay.
there is a prompting system that's part of it. There's different
Got it.
AI models
Okay.
that are not large language models. There's
Yeah.
AI is a much bigger thing than just large language models.
Oh
There's,
yeah.
There's
Oh
there's
yeah.
neural networks. There's vector embeddings.
Yep.
There's natural language processing. There's all kind of AIs that both recognize and read text and voice and
Yep.
images, and that's different than an AI that produces text and voice and images.
Like
We're
your
using a
LLM.
mixture of all of the above.
Yeah,
But
that's
yes,
cool.
one of the loops has a prompting loop, which you can give it instructions. You could say, do this, do that, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And it
Cool.
hopefully, if it doesn't work, let me know, because then I need to tweak it and remind it.
Yeah,
If they
yeah.
upload a text file, make sure you use it. And
Yeah.
I've got to make sure that the instructions are going right for the ideation. And I have to tell the
Yeah.
different AIs that are responsible for the different parts of thought to do the different things. But yeah, it's a beta. But again, it's got really good preliminary results. Again, I would still recommend the human eyes should go over and
Oh, yeah.
read it.
Yeah.
And I would recommend getting all the scores in the green. If you want a tutorial how to do that, I've got them on SEOcopilotai.com. Also, I have free training every 2 weeks for SEO Copilot. Just go to SEOcopilotai.com. Click on I think it's education at the top and free training. You can book yourself right for the free training there as well. And I'll show you how to get the scores in the green. It only takes 5 minutes tops. It's not that hard to do. But yes, I will make the AI eventually do it all for you too. That's where we're going with the high quality writer beta. But I needed to get this part done first.
Yeah.
It needs to do the spam score right and the heat score right. Because once it has a high quality article, secretly stuffing in some keywords very surreptitiously at the end is easier to do than the other way around.
Yeah.
If it stuffs all the keywords in there, and then you'll never get the spam score right. It'll
Yeah,
rewrite the whole
yeah.
thing, and you'll lose
Yeah.
all the SEO score.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
I needed to do it in these steps.
Yeah, that's
but-
great. Yeah.
But yeah, that's going to be the next in another this next month. What we're building is a chatbot interface. So
Nice,
CP
okay.
is our chatbot interface. It'll sit at the bottom of every screen, and it'll answer all your questions for you, both about how the app works, what it did for this article. It has all the information for the article, how it built it, how many times it retried, why it made the choices it did, why it did it this way, why it did it that way. And you could say, hey, CP, can you rewrite the first paragraph for me? It needs to be longer, and make sure to mention these words. It'll go, okay, and it'll rewrite it for you, copy, paste, put it in.
Oh my
right?
God. You're really changing the game with this.
Yeah, and that's
amazing.
kind of the promise of AI and these
Yeah.
new kind of user UX UI experiences that people have been talking about, but I don't really see anyone doing it yet.
Yeah.
There's no chatbots that are smart enough yet really to be useful.
No, I
other than-
haven't seen it either. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, so it's hard to do. I'm telling you, we just had an engineering meeting for an hour this morning of how are we going to do this and how are we going to stop the user from jailbreaking it and how are we going to stop the
Oh,
user
yeah.
from making it do other things, And
Yeah.
so, but I think we have a system now with our chain of thought ideation that's going to do that. It'll also answer SEO questions for you. If you're like, how should I buy links? What should I do? It'll give you suggestions on that. And more,
Will
it'll
it
have
do
my
any
knowledge.
backlink gap analysis? Like, hey, here's my 3 competitors. Can you see which backlinks they all share?
I know. Ask an SEO.
Can we give
Yeah,
anything? Yeah, like,
yeah, yeah.
I've got so many
Yeah.
questions.
Yes, as soon as I say it'll do X, Y, Z, you're like, could it do this too? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, eventually down the road, our
eventually,
plan
yeah.
is to include off-page features as well,
Oh
right?
yeah, that'd be amazing.
If
Yeah.
you have, now this is going to get a little blacker hatter, so I'm going to be careful what I say, but if you do linking in certain ways and you generate content from that, well, we have a content generator, right?
Mhm.
And so we have automatic uploads as well. Just let your mind think. Hopefully you're generating the article and you're giving it to a newspaper, and they're going to rewrite it and edit it, and it's an organic link that wasn't bought or asked for in any way. And you could use our system to do that. But there's other ways to doing those systems. And so, yes, we can definitely analyze backlinks. We can definitely generate. We can definitely edit. We can give you all kind of stats. That's definitely down the road, year 2, year 3. Right now, we're trying to just
And internal
automate
linking, like is internal linking on that?
internal linking as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's down the road. A page audit system we're going to be building as well.
Cool.
And then a
Okay.
site audit system. So you can
Nice.
plug in a URL and the AI will do the audit for you. You don't
Gotcha.
need to do a 2-hour in-depth customer audit anymore. The AI is going to analyze everything and say, okay, it's got this internal linking problem. It's got these on-page problems, because we're already got the big 4 scores.
I know,
We
exactly,
already have
yeah.
them there, right? People already take a page and paste it in and see what the big 4 scores are.
Yeah.
And that's the audit process now. They just manually paste in competitors or anyone and see, okay, where are they ranking? What do their scores look like?
That's what I did on my client, was pasted the page in to see where it was scoring. But I liked your tool where you could see the gaps and then use your tool and automatically inject content in those gaps, and it increased the score. Like I could take that current page and make it fit with just your little button. So the AI writer was really good on that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I didn't click save. That was the thing I forgot to do. But I had it in the green just by taking the page and moving it over to the editor and going through and adding what your page said was missing. And then it bumped it up to the green. So that was fairly easy just to take an existing page.
Yeah, exactly. And that would help with the AI score as well, because the more you're inserting human content in the AI content, it breaks up the AI content. And that's how Google detects AI content, is the top K token replacement is 1 to 10.
Nice.
So think of it. So I built it the same way they do it. So think of it this way. Our score, average predictability score, is the average number of words you can have in a row that an AI would generate, choosing its most favorite word. And you're allowed, I statistically know this for a fact, of what you're allowed, 4.13 exactly words in a row on average. So the more you're over that, I could see a correlation with ranking drops, right?
Right.
So you can still rank with AI content. You just can't make it low quality AI content. It needs to be varied writing that's not doing kind of the chat GPT drivel you would get from a simple prompt.
Yeah.
It can't be its favorite words 5 or 6 or 7 times in a row. That's like flipping a coin 7 times and getting heads every time. Google sees it like that. It's like, oh, that's clearly AI content generated. This is what the top K 10 tokens would be. This is the most knock knock. They know who's there is coming, right?
Right.
They know what the AI is going to generate based on the corpus it's been fed, or the various corpora. That's the plural of corpus. The corpora that's been fed.
It knows the next word, the next word, the next word. It's very predictable.
Exactly. And so you can't flip that coin 7 times in a row and get heads. They can see it in a second. So that's what we do, is we break it up. And we break it up by putting in the SEO keyword entities in there. They're supposed to be in there. And so it's
kind of like throwing
system.
a tumbler in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we throw that in there and break it up. And so you're kind of upscoring, you're upscoring all the scores simultaneously and downscoring them all simultaneously. So
nice. So, incredible. Great job and great work. And I'm excited to start kicking it off, and love to see how it keeps growing and getting better. That's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Joseph. We're very proud of it. It's really exciting times. I know SEO has been hit lately, and a lot of folks, I'm sure, Joseph, you're in the same boat. I know I can't even count on both hands how many SEOs I know that are not in this industry anymore, right?
Yeah.
I know so many names, both at Google and SEOs, who used to be the name or a name, and they're not even here anymore, right?
Yeah.
And if you think of it that way, SEO of yesterday is kind of dead, right?
Yeah.
In my opinion, I'm going to say a bold claim. I don't know if you would agree, but I'm going to say the bold claim that I think trying to do on page without AI is nuts. It takes too long. There's a reason why I had to build this for my students in SU University and then open it up to everyone else to use. because it was taking us 20 hours for a single page. And we're like,
Oh yeah.
this is too long. Never mind. Like we need to bring this down to 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So we can build 1,000-page sites again in a few months and have the rank and rent options, the digital real estate options, the trust, the domain authority, the topical clusters, the topical authority, the silos, everything you need to have a trusty site shouldn't take 6 months to a year. It should take 6 weeks to 2 months is what it should take.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
And so that's our goal. And we've been getting really good results. And in fact, I publicly release the results. I try to do every quarter, but it's more like every third of the year. You can see 2 of them on my channel already, folks. If you don't believe me,
Awesome.
search how they ranked #1, Josh Bashinsky, and I publicly show you how they ranked #1 using our system, proving that our users get a 9-spot boost on average. Every user of the system gets a 9-spot boost on average, or that was last year. We did a little bit better. This year, Google hit us a bit harder. It's a 7-spot boost on average, but at least I'm telling you that. I'm being honest, and I have an objective number. I'll tell you exactly how much harder. I'll show you what niches and what kind of pages got hit. It was information pages, by the way. They went down about 1.5%. I'm sure Joseph is not surprised to hear that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So because they were not matching the query intent.
Exactly.
And so again, those were some of the major things that were missing, and they didn't have the proper page type either. They wanted a review page, they wanted reviews, they wanted ratings, they wanted author schema, they want those kinds of things. My AI system picks that up now and tells you, yes, in this niche you want that, but in this niche you don't want that, you want this, and it's different per niche, right?
Yeah.
So, but the amazing thing and the interesting thing is that AI can do a lot of this legwork for us. And so I don't know about everybody else. I don't think SEO is dead. I think it's new. I think it's born again.
There you go. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We're calling it MOE now. It's instead of SEO or MEO instead of search engine optimization. It's marketing engine optimization.
Yes.
You know, because it's built around the whole thing, the entities, the structures, the connectivity, in harmony with all of that is. And I love your tool in the AI. You need AI to connect all that together.
Yeah.
The normal human doesn't have that. Like that's what I was telling my partner the other day. It's like, imagine, you ask me a question and I can only give you what's up here, but you ask ChatGPT a question and it's got the entire internet.
Yep.
So that's going to be totally different. That's why we have to be a little bit different when we create content, when we, because we're competing against a brain that has the entire internet as its brain. So we got to go against that. You know what I mean?
Yes. And that's why in some cases it gives beautiful answers because it has the wisdom of crowds baked in, right?
Right.
And in some cases, in your example, it will give a terrible answer. If you ask ChatGPT what to do for SEO, it will be a far worse answer than if you ask Joseph, I assure you, because he's a specialist in this knowledge. And not all of his knowledge, luckily, is out there for free online. You still got to get into his brain and get some information there, right? And so for specific
oddly
niches,
enough, I do want to say this for the listeners because this is hilarious based on what you just said. Claude.ai, for some reason, knows SEO better than ChatGPT. I'm teaching this advanced schema course on schema, and I had these 5 slides for yesterday's thing. And I asked Claude, I said, hey, if I'm teaching an advanced course on schema, give me 5 slides, 5 images, and the bullets on each slide. And it gave me exactly my 5 slides that I was teaching, as if it read my mind. I was like, oh my God, how did it know what I was teaching? It didn't have access to my computer, did it? It was weird. The 5 slides and the bullets and everything was probably 80% of what I had already created on my own without it.
Wow.
So how did it know?
That's a little
I don't
scary,
know.
Actually.
It's really scary. Yeah. When
I wonder if
somebody asked me a question, in the call, they go, well, how do I know that this is the right checklist for my Google business profile? I said, look, just go ask ChatGPT. Do you see any gaps here that I need to fill out for my Google business profile? Because guess what? These AI tools know SEO better than regular SEO people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just ask ChatGPT. I need to know what schema to put on this page. It'll probably give you a good answer. I know Claude will.
It knows HTML. Yeah, it knows.
It
HTML
does. It knows schema. It knows all that stuff. So when I asked it that question, I was surprised. I was like, well, I'm almost irrelevant. You know what I mean? Like now people can just ask AI, teach me SEO. Like you were saying, your tool is going to be able to answer SEO questions.
Yep.
I mean, realistically, most information queries, the knowledge base is going to know better than, say, an individual.
Yeah. And so
We're just here for the secrets. So thank you for that.
Really, quite frankly, we're here. Exactly. We're here for the secrets.
Yeah.
Exactly how they're doing it in medicine, right? Like the GPT is going to replace some of the nurses and
exactly.
GPs,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
You're not going to
have
be
nothing but
diagnosing yourself. Yeah. Instead of diagnosing, it'll diagnose better because it's got the whole doctor database instead of a limited person's thinking process. So
but in
that's
those,
why
both in that case and in the SEO case, you need high level SEOs like
exactly
ourselves to guide it
for
when it's going to tell you something wrong, like just make high quality content and not explain
when it
what
hallucinates,
that is, or yes, go buy links because it was reading Black Hat World or whatever, and we're gonna be like, no, do this, do that, do it in these ways, blah 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 blah, and that's where the specialization comes in. So it's not like AI is going to be taking our jobs away. It's that a smart person using a smart AI is going to have a competitive advantage. Is what
it's the difference between an axe and a chainsaw. And as much as I don't know forestry, I'm not going to know how to go cut down a forest, even if you gave me a chainsaw. So it's not the tool that's going to help me get that done. It's the specialized knowledge to know how to use the chainsaw to get it done.
Yeah.
Same way for AI.
It's the meta level. Yeah. It's another level. It's
the meta level.
Yeah.
And this is just a better tool to get our jobs done quicker, faster, better, and for cheaper, which is the same as any other tool out there, from the hammer to the saw to the, fill in the blank. So this is just a more high tech. And that's what's changed the game here, is we now have better tools.
Yeah. The human species, ever since the beginning of the wheel and up to the industrial revolution, has been offloading physical work to machines.
Exactly.
Now we have the capability of starting to offload thinking work to
machines. And that's amazing.
But it's at the infancy state. And so the meta level, and then the meta level over that, and the strategic level over that, and the strategic level over that, that's the frontier that I'm cutting into right now to get it to think like an SEO consultant who knows what they're doing. Now ChatGPT thinks like the bottom barrel SEO consultant whose knowledge is so worthless it's for free everywhere. We need to make it think like a specialist whose knowledge is important enough that I can actually charge for it, and I do, the secrets, and start offloading that into the meta. And so the free stuff will grow as well, but the secrets will grow and be baked in at the root level. It'll know how to do it right, and it'll guide you right from the very beginning, doing most of the work for you anyway. And that's what's so exciting about AI moving forward in the future.
Definitely. And you're on the edge and we're on the edge, which is cool.
I'm on the edge.
We're on the forefront, moving forward, and that's cool.
I'm on the edge, ready to jump off the cliff. This is tough to do, let me tell you, but it's fun. It's fun work. Actually.
I can only imagine. But I like being on this side of the testing side is fun too, because there's just so many cool things and so many things coming out there, and I have a job to do. So it's great when I'm the guy out there trying to cut down the forest and I get a new chainsaw, a new tool like yours, and go, oh my God, this one will do this and do this and do this and do this. It took me like a day to cut down 5 trees. Now I can cut down 20 in a day. That's kind of tools like yours and what AI is allowing us to do.
Yeah, and that's the promise. That's what it's doing.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Well, Joseph, I'm sure you've got stuff that you need to do. I have stuff I need to do as well.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Have a great weekend, everybody. In a second, I'll ask Joseph for his contact info so people can contact Joseph and get onto his courses. If you want to contact me, email me at joshbashinsky@gmail.com. That's JOSH, B as in Bob, ACH, Y as in YouTube, N as in Nancy, SKI@gmail.com. No dads or dashes, all lowercase. If you want to try SEO Copilot for free, go ahead. You can try it for free for 2 weeks. SEOCopilotai.com. Try it for free for 2 weeks, no credit card and no email needed. I won't spam you, don't worry.
It's killer. It's amazing.
It really is exciting. And the HQA article generator, which is just in beta, if it keeps going the way it is, it's going to be fantastic. And again, if you want more information about my private mastermind group or SEO University, email me again about that. Joseph, please give us your contact info so all the good people know.
I'm easy to find, josephscon.com, or any social media /JosephSCon will fairly get me. YouTube /JosephSCon. And you got to put the S in there because there already is a famous Joseph Kahn. He's the DJ and the music writer for in the fact that I can't remember Taylor Swift. I would get in trouble for not remembering Taylor Swift. But anyways, Joseph Kahn is already kind of the DJ guy for Taylor Swift. So I can't compete with that. Like, you can't compete with the Swifties. So that's why I had to do the S. Joseph S. Kahn is, so josephscon.com. YouTube/Joseph S. Kahn. You'll find, or even Facebook, Twitter. I have a big 30,000 plus follower Twitter account, but I have a private group too. It's free. It's called Marketing Optimizers Edge, and it has a lot of cool stuff. I'll be recommending your tool like crazy in that particular group. But it's for getting the edge. It's like for the AI, it's like for finding the next level thing or whatever. It's marketingoptimizersedge.com. It's just a free school group. And we have people like Josh and tools and different things on there to talk about how to get that edge. And that's what this helps you do. This particular tool is an edge tool, is what I would call an edge tool.
Oh yeah, I mean that sums it up.
It makes you uncompetable. Like you're going to be so vicious to competitors because you have a tool like this. It's like having a good shoe if you're a runner. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. And of course, anyone who comes from Joseph's Academy, by all means, let me know.
I will. Yeah, make sure that they do that. Yeah, I'll make sure anybody who comes from us will make sure to reach out to you and let you know.
Yeah, let me know. I can definitely give you a discount. I have discounts anywhere from 10 to 50%. Depending on if you're taking my courses as well. So
cool, awesome.
All right, thanks, Joseph, for jumping on. Sorry. For
we want to recommend those too. We definitely want to recommend those courses too, because we recommend other people's courses as well. Because we want to be knowledgeable in the SEO world too. So we'll recommend those too. Just make sure I have your links. Like send me an email so I got your links and stuff.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. I'll definitely will do that. Thanks very much, Joseph. I appreciate it.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I checked earlier. There were no questions before. Amazing rankings. Hey, it's Ryan. He says the Swifties are going to get you for that.
They are.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right.
I remembered though. They can't get me. I did remember.
Yes, you put the S in there. You put the S in there for safe. Safe from the Swifties.
Yeah. I say SEO. The S means SEO, but whatever.
Indeed, the S means SEO. I like that. That's good. All right. Thanks, Joseph. Thanks, everyone, for watching and listening. And keep on doing SEO, guys. It's a golden age of SEO. And I want to see you winning in the SERPs. Any